There's no way Steph Curry slammed Klay Thompson in the media, right? Dude must have meant something else. They were brothers for years. But when people heard this, Klay could be pissed.
No agendas, no egos. It's not your night. You can't bring the team down with your energy. I haven't seen any red flags with that.
Oh, we know how Klay acted last year, moping around, angry at the world. His energy was almost as destructive to Golden State as Draymond's suspensions. That bad. But he's gone. And Steph's like, yeah, you can't have that bad energy around here, and I don't see it anywhere. I love it. The only person with an ego was Clank, and he's gone now. Clear skies ahead. This is as direct a shot as Steph could ever make to Klay. But you know what's crazy? He's not talking about Klay Thompson, and I can prove it. So Steve Kerr ran a 12-man rotation opening night last week, and it worked. Normally a team goes like 10 deep at most, but Kerr said everyone played so well in preseason, he gave everybody minutes. So starters were Steph, Wiggs, Kuminga, Draymond, and Trayce Jackson-Davis. Bench, Buddy Hield, Gary Payton, Kevon Looney, Brand Podziemski, DeAnthony Melton, Kyle Anderson, and Moses Moody. Everybody gonna eat. Depth, protection from injuries, they won 139 to 104. It's great. Not so much. In the NBA, minutes equal stats, and stats equal money. The #1 tool that a coach has to punish a player is to take away his minutes. Except in this case, it's not a punishment. It's a reward for the last guys on the bench. But if everyone gets minutes, it means less minutes for the big guns. So who is Steph talking about? Who could create a toxic locker room? Well, Jonathan Kuminga has already complained about his playing time. For years, Steve Kerr held him back because the Dubs were trying to win, not develop. In JK's first 2 years, he averaged 17, then 21 minutes a night. In the Dubs' 2022 title run, he played 8 minutes a game. Compare that, though, to other guys in Kuminga's draft class. Josh Giddey picked one spot before JK, 32 minutes and 31 minutes his first 2 years. Franz Wagner picked after Kuminga, 31 and 33 minutes. So JK complained to the media. Sometimes I come out the game not knowing what I did, and that messes with my head. It's like, what do they want me to do? He leaked that he lost faith in Steve Kerr. So Kerr said, fine, gave him more responsibility. And Kuminga, before complaining, 13 points a night, 4 boards and an assist. But after a minute's bump, 18 points, 5 boards, 3 dimes, and more efficient. But one problem, Kuminga balled while Draymond Green was suspended. But with Dre back, not so much. The Dubs had big problems with lineups that featured JK, Draymond, and a traditional center, like Looney or Trayce Jackson-Davis. 3 guys who can't shoot? You cannot do that in the modern NBA. So sure enough, when Kuminga got injured late in the year, out 6 games, they went 5-1. So Kerr benched JK and said what JK is looking at is, how can he make himself more versatile to be available in different lineups? Can he be a small forward? That's a big question. I don't know the answer to it. Translation, learn how to shoot, be more versatile. And did he work on his shooting? Maybe he did, but game 1 was awful. Scored 10 points on 3 of 9 shooting, 0 for 2 from 3. And I know it's just 1 game, but this could get ugly. So it wasn't about Klay. Steph knows JK could be a problem waiting to happen. And I don't blame the kid. Like, you know, it's cool to get drafted by the Warriors, a winning team, right? Kuminga won a chip as a rookie. But the guy who got picked after him, Franz Wagner, on a rebuilding team, was thrown into the fire, earned a max contract. Kuminga, though, just denied a new contract by Golden State. He wanted well north of $30 million. The Dubs said, you're not worth that. And maybe I would be if you guys would just let me loose. So Kuminga is under pressure. It's not necessarily his fault. He needs those minutes to put up the stats that earn the money. So when Steph hears 12-man rotation, he's like, uh-oh, this could be bad. So he's sending a message to 22-year-old Kuminga through the media. Now, I want to talk about where Kuminga could go if this goes south, but what about Klay Thompson? because he wasn't just good in his Mavericks debut, he was historic. Klay set a record for most threes in a Mavs debut with 6. 22 points, 7 boards, 1 assist. But oh, because I made a video criticizing Klay, I'm an idiot. Klay is back, baby. To what? To his pre-injury self? Are you kidding? The problem with Klay isn't hitting threes or going off on a certain night. It's consistency. I mean, this is a man who dropped 35 points off the bench last year against the Jazz, but in the biggest game of the season for the Warriors, the play-in game, he went 0 for 10. But forget Splash Brothers. This year, it's the Splash Buddies. They now have Steph Curry and Buddy Hield, because in just 15 minutes, Buddy scored 22 points as well, 5 of 7 from deep and 5 boards. This could be the perfect situation for him. A motion offense that needs his three-point shooting and quickness. Buddy has teammates now who know how to get him the ball in good spots and plays for a coach who designed this offense for an elite three-point shooter like him. But if Steve starts to lean on Buddy Hield more than Kuminga, we could have a problem. And one of the reasons for no new contract for Kuminga is a trade. If JK got a new deal, he becomes a poison pill contract, which is a complicated rule, but just know that it makes trading him almost impossible. Instead, the Dubs can now package Kuminga with someone else and picks to upgrade, but the risk is a steal. JK's about to be a restricted free agent, which means another team can swoop him and offer him a contract. Now, Golden State would have the option to match, but what if it's too rich for them? So teams with enough cap space to steal Kuminga are the Nets, the Hornets, the Wizards, the Rockets, and the Pelicans. I mean, would he go to a crappy team like the Nets or the Wizards? Yeah, for the right price. And honestly, I could see the offer coming. Dude is just 22 years old, a lot of potential left, and in that case, they would lose him for nothing. But if they get word that it could happen, a trade is almost guaranteed. So what could the Dubs get back? Well, they've already tried multiple stars. I mean, Steph even said, most teams are probably not gonna wanna help us. Call it punishment for being so good for so many years. For example, The Athletic says that the Dubs were actually involved in the Karl Anthony Towns talks, but couldn't get a look. They made several offers for both Paul George and Lauri Markkanen, but got nothing. So who else is available? I think the most realistic player is Jimmy Butler. He's already been linked to Golden State this summer, and he's got problems in Miami. They didn't extend him, and it started out slow. If things keep going south, a move could happen. The unrealistic option is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Obviously, this would wait till after the season, not the trade deadline. But no team is under more pressure than the Milwaukee Bucks. They have gone all in, and even Giannis said before this season, yeah, if we don't win a championship, I might get traded. At any given moment, if you don't succeed, that might be it for us. If you don't do a good enough job, you're out. But for now, the Warriors are trying to shock everyone and make a playoff run. I think second round would be a huge success for this team. But for a team with a top 10 player all time on the roster, they need a major upgrade. Jonathan Kuminga ain't good enough. But there is fun going on early in this season. Like, have you seen the new shortest player in the NBA? Not only is this kid tiny, but he is Ja Morant's new best friend. Yuki Kawamura is just the 3rd Japanese-born player in the league, and his story is amazing, especially if he can break out.